This is Valley News Live at noon.
Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. I'm Anna Johnson. It's been a busy morning for North Dakota Highway Patrol. They say they've been responding to spinouts and crashes around the Fargo area. Over an hour ago, we were heading out to a report of a crash on I-29, and our crew came across two cars that were off the road on the southbound side of exit 67 and 19th Avenue North. Meanwhile, a vehicle lost control on the Red River Bridge and was hit by two other vehicles. That happened around 9:15 this morning. No one was hurt, and the North Dakota Highway Patrol says the crash was caused by conditions on the bridge decks. Now let's take a look at current road conditions in Fargo and Wahpeton. The Department of Transportation is reporting clear roads as you head north toward Grand Forks or in Valley City. There's reports of scattered snow. In the Devil's Lake area, the yellow lines here represent scattered ice on the roads, and it's mostly clear on the other side of the state. Meanwhile, in Minnesota, the roads are looking pretty good, but the Department of Transportation is reporting some ice on the roads near Thief River Falls. So let's go over to meteorologist Lisa Green and see if the weather could possibly impact travel throughout the day. Lisa?
Well, you know, conditions that we've been experiencing are likely to stay the same through the afternoon. So essentially, if it was icy before, it's likely to stay icy. Our temperatures are cold enough that it's tough for some chemicals to work on that ice on those roads. And especially as we talk about often, bridge decks tend to freeze up a lot faster. Here's a look outside right now. It's sunny at least. We've got temperatures that are below zero, though. It's 5 below in Fargo. Grand Forks is at 9 below. We may have a little blowing snow at the site that's indicating that light snow. And then in Jamestown, 7 below. Bemidji a little milder at 1 below, and it's 12 below in Devil's Lake. Wind chills are a factor for us too today. We're feeling like we're into the 20s and 30s. That wind chill advisory has been extended now for some parts of the valley. We'll take a look at that coming up, but it is still quite cold out there, and our winds are out of the northwest, bringing in that colder air. We're seeing wind speeds in the teens, some gusts into the 20s still today, so that's causing a little bit of blowing snow as well. Clear skies, but that will be changing as our next system approaches. We're looking at temperatures staying below zero into this evening. The clouds move in, and then another clipper moves in. We've got a winter weather advisory for the Northern Valley for Saturday. I'll have more details on that coming up in your hour-by-hour planner.
All right, thanks so much, Lisa. A massive winter storm is moving into the northeast after causing havoc in many other parts of the country. The Midwest is digging out for more than a foot of snow. Today's snowfall could reach 18 inches in parts of Ohio, New York, and northern New England. Other areas are covered in ice because of freezing rain. Hundreds of thousands of homes and businesses have lost power. In Alabama, a tornado killed one person yesterday and injured 8 others. Manuel Barroquez reports from Hale County, Alabama.
The tornado that touched down here in Hale County Thursday caused a wide path of destruction. Fueled by high winds from the winter storm, the twister cut through multiple homes, shredded trees that littered roadways, and even caused enough flooding to swallow vehicles. In Lebanon, Missouri, a clear sign of the treacherous road conditions as a semi-trailer flipped off the side of Interstate 44. One driver struggled to get his car back on the road as multiple vehicles were stranded by the heavy snowfall. Elsewhere across the Deep South, a deep freeze, plunging temperatures leaving more than 100,000 without power in Tennessee. As the storm moved through the state, in Memphis, trees buckled under the weight of ice and crashed into homes as drivers slid off highways. Temperatures dropped so low in Belmont County, Ohio, the mixture of freezing rain, sleet, and ice forced officials to declare a level 2 emergency, warning drivers to stay off the highways.
I'm going to my mother's to be rescued to get warm.
Meanwhile, in Texas, the sub-freezing temperatures are leaving thousands without electricity as utility workers cut back trees heavy with ice and snow, threatening to damage power lines. Many in Texas are worried about a repeat of last year's deadly power crisis.
Deja vu, right? Last year, same thing.
Manuel Bojorquez, CBS News.
The National Weather Service described the tornado that came through there as large and extremely dangerous, and officials are still surveying the area looking for possible victims. One confirmed fatality was a woman whose mobile home was thrown across the street. Police see all sorts of traffic hazards, but this may be a new one. A highway in Swift County, Minnesota was closed for a time Wednesday night because of sugar beets frozen onto the road. Sheriff's deputies say a truck spilled thousands of them, and they were big like rocks. Several cars were damaged after driving through the beet field. This is the second time that frozen vegetables have messed with Minnesota drivers this season. Last month, the truck driver spilled potatoes on I-94 in Albertville. They also froze to the road, prompting a lane closure and a major traffic mashup for nearly 5 hours. One of the men convicted in the killing of 25-year-old Ahmaud Arbery will no longer plead guilty to federal hate crime charges. Greg McMichael will stand trial again after a Georgia judge rejected the terms of a plea deal. McMichael was sentenced to life in prison last fall. Hall of Famer Bill Fetch, who led the Boston Celtics to the NBA title in 1981 and the University of North Dakota to the Final Four in 1966, has passed away at the age of 89. Fitch coached at University of North Dakota from 1962 to 1967, taking the team to 3 NCAA Division II basketball tournaments and making it to the illustrious Final Four in '66. He won a total of 94 games at UND. Fetch was 89 years old. It's National Wear Red Day, but later on at noon, what you need to know about the #1 killer of women. And next, Lisa is here to tell us how the weather will look for this coming weekend.